going?
For Dummies,
There it is.
we are
With
here.
a guest.
First one.
5.
But
We've seen this guy
2017.
before.
Say it again.
First
Five.
one in 2017.
He stopped by
So
on
I
a
missed
Thursday.
January.
He brought us a bottle of scotch.
I did.
How about that?
This is one of my favorites, boys. This is a good scotch right here.
Have
We've
y'all
had a couple
ever
of
heard
glasses
of the
of that
Monkey
one.
I
Shoulder?
think we finished one up in New Orleans, didn't we?
In 24 hours.
24 hours.
In
24
24
hours.
hours.
3 of us went
Actually, it was
through
about
the
one
I wasn't
afternoon,
even there.
really.
Smooth
No.
and rich.
I'm
That was
sorry.
3 dummies
It was
with a
good.
bottle of scotch.
You missed it.
They taunted me with live videos from New Orleans. So
We did.
Cigars and Monkey
in
Shoulder.
hand. And
So what's
Talk to us about
tell me
it.
so
what-
this
I'll
is a
start
blend.
pouring.
It's a cheap, quality blend, guys. It's
Or inexpensive.
Inexpensive.
It's a blended malt.
3 different single malts: Balvenie, Glenfiddich, and Kennedy. Gosh, what are you gonna do? Those are great single.
What are you saying? $30 a bottle?
$30 a bottle.
43%.
Yep.
It's everywhere too.
$30.
Every grocery store I've been to lately has this.
Yeah, I don't know
bottle, so it's
how
very
how
popular.
they have enough liquid to do this. Now it's non-aged, so you don't know
It
the
is
years,
non-aged.
We don't care about that all the time,
It's
right?
$30
Right.
too. So I
There's
mean,
gotta be some
honestly,
even
what's
50
that
in it, too,
comparing
'cause
to?
it's
Now, you
Your
can get a 12.
blacks.
You can get a black is 12 year for $30. So
Right.
I mean, there is some.
This is non-aged, yeah.
Some aged liquor out there that's around the same
I mean,
price. I know, it
and
smells
Chivas
delicious.
is probably around that price too, isn't it?
Right. It
Okay.
is. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, but you know, we kind
Oh.
of cheated. We know what this is about. This is a good Scotch. Well, this is our first time. Well, technically, it's our second time reviewing it. First time we reviewed it, we kind of screwed up with technical stuff. But hey, you know what? It's okay. We have a new
drink
bottle.
more.
We're gonna drink some
Our
more.
first time reviewing it, we were in no shape to
That's-
review this bottle.
That's true.
But here's the thing. When we bought this, we didn't have high hopes for it in New Orleans at all. None of us had tried it.
was
We
a
bought the
gamble.
bottle because we needed something to go with cigars, and Scotch seems like a good.
And in New Orleans, most of the scotch is way overpriced.
Yeah.
This one wasn't so bad. So,
Yeah, so we bought the bottle, and one afternoon and one bottle later,
It was that good.
yeah,
Well,
so
that's-
we enjoyed it.
That's the sneaky thing that's good about this is that it is so smooth that a bottle went
exactly.
true.
right.
Well, I would say in New Orleans we were ready to roll.
Most things
I mean,
were.
we didn't start drinking scotch before noon.
So Andrew,
Wait,
tell me,
Mark.
what's the story behind these 3 monkeys? What's that about?
So, monkey shoulder. Apparently, monkey shoulder is a condition that the old malt mashers or the people that were drying
It's
the
like
malt
dog
would
jaw.
get. And, you know, as they were turning the malt over, you get
Okey
that
dokey.
shoulder. Now, there's 3 on there because it's the 3 blends, so or the 3 single malts that go into it.
Ah.
So it's really a well thought out
Crafty.
bottle. They do a great job with it. If it is essentially non-aged, it's an oak. What do they tell you about bottles or maybe E150? But you know that's part
if
of
they
life.
put an E150 in, there's not much.
No, it's fairly light. But man, the
You
nose.
get that malty.
The first nose, they get a
sweetness.
little oak in there.
I get that oak.
It's really
yeah,
nice.
definitely oaky.
It kind of settles it. So if you get a lot of the space heads are real sweet with the sherries and everything, and this one that oak for me kind of gives it a good base
Yeah.
to start with.
It's delicious.
I feel like it has the Scotch taste, for me, right? A
Perfect
traditional Scotch taste, but not the bite.
Not the alcohol bite.
Right.
I get some of the spicy notes,
Yes.
and in a good way. It's got a nice lingering finish with it.
Yeah, there's a
Malt-
There's an
Finish,
underlying
too.
sweetness to
It's
it. in there,
it's
too.
got a
Malty.
pepper cinnamony quality to it. There's vanilla. You definitely get the oak influence out of there.
That's probably that sweetness that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
vanilla.
Plus the malt. I mean, you get a lot of the good
Bread and,
bread
grain
and malt
and, yeah.
flavor, which is awesome.
Yes.
You're on a roll. Keep going.
Yeah, keep going, bud.
You gonna put some water on
Need
it?
some water. What we got here? 40 what?
43%.
43.
It's got a fruity tone to it too,
yeah,
like
I mean-
apricots or it's not
orange-
apricots.
Orange
It's,
zest or
yeah, it's something in that.
Orange rind or.
Gotta be careful with this one.
Orange rind, yeah,
Yeah,
the zest.
there's
That,
a peel
that-
in there.
or that orange oil, not
Yeah.
like the fruit, but the oil coming from the rind.
Do you taste it or do you smell it?
I smell it.
Smell it. I don't
I
taste
smell it. I don't taste it.
I haven't pulled
You
it
also
out.
want some water
Yeah,
or corn?
I will.
No, I don't get much of that fruity flavor on the palate, but on the nose, it's definitely there. And you know what? The water didn't really change.
Really?
You gotta be careful
Too
with
much.
it, but yeah, that's 40.
They took the nose down.
Yeah,
a
you
little
can't put too much water on this one.
bit. Yeah.
It did kind of tame the nose down a little bit for me.
I'll tell you, and not to give away my review, it's going to be hard to ding this one too bad because of the price. Honestly, because I think with the value that you're getting out of it. But I don't want that to
Flavor.
over influence my.
I got that orange now
Yeah.
with the water. It
Really?
toned everything down enough that I can pull it
I
out
can
now.
smell it.
Yeah, it's
definitely not
nice.
sweet with the water. You only put a couple
Right,
drops
little
on.
orange rind
Yeah.
going on
That
there.
water changed.
put too
the
much
nose
on there, it's
completely
gonna
to
kill
me.
it. Really?
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh my god!
I
It
guess
just
it
smells
smells
way
almost
orange,
fruitier
way much orangier.
once
the
than
water was in
water,
there.
Yeah.
Zesty.
Mm-hmm. You know they sell those little bitty little like orange peel balls that you put in your disposal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that, I mean, it smells like.
Really?
Did I drop
Man,
my
I don't
nose?
get that much note.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I get a little bit. Am I up?
Yeah, you're
first?
on, man.
All right, let's talk about this. How you doing? So Monkey
Welcome.
Shoulder,
Welcome.
You got a good price on this one. It's hard to beat $30 Scotch, right? I mean, especially if it's got any kind of good flavor at all. And this one is packed with some good flavors. Nothing
Balanced well.
off-putting.
Yeah.
It's got a good balance to it. Is it super complex? No, but that's not what you're going to get for $30.
No.
You know, but you do get a well-crafted Scotch. I think it's got a lot of those good Speyside characteristics. You know, it's
Sure.
got that sweet maltiness about it. It's got a nice spicy note that lingers, so you've got a good lingering effect that I wasn't really counting on with this Scotch. It's got some orange. It's got vanilla. You get all those good oak flavors going on in it. Nothing that's off-putting really. I wouldn't put a bunch of water on it. You could blend with this Scotch and make cocktails, and it would be great, and you wouldn't feel bad about it for $30.
Right.
Right.
I'm gonna give it a 2.5. The
Interesting.
quality for the price, I think it's worth it.
Yeah.
I ain't following that because that's kind of what I was going to go with.
Yes.
But ditto.
Exactly what he said.
Honestly, as far as the nose neat and the palate neat, definitely oaky. When I tasted it, there's that peppery, spicy aftertaste that lingers for a good long time, which I like a good lingering drink. But there's also an undertone of some of that vanilla sweetness from your oak, which I appreciated. It all goes well together. I don't think anything argues with it. Doesn't off-put with each other. There's nothing. Everything blends well and smooth.
Yeah.
It's no, it's not overly complex. It is a non-age statement, so we gotta take that into consideration. But $30.
Yeah.
And the taste. To me, it's a no-brainer. You need to have it on your bar because honestly, even if you don't love it, company comes over and they're not huge Scotch fans, they want to try it. You don't feel bad at all pouring it for $30. But
It's good.
I mean, and I'll hit this all the time for $30. So I want to give it a 2.5 for the value and for what you're getting for that. Honestly, it's not off-putting. It's not gonna blow your mind, but it's actually enjoyable and it's good. I liked it with water too. It does tone it down a little bit. It's not as
Yeah.
spicy. It changed the nose a lot more, made it much more citrusy, much more orange peelish, if you will. But I like it. I'm going to go 2.5. I think it's a great bottle that everyone needs to have. Just try it for $30.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is one. There's no smoke. There's no peat. There's no heaviness. So you don't get rich raisins or rich fruits that I typically like in the Burgundies and those kind of heavier scotches. It doesn't have any of that. It is, in my opinion, much better neat. The flavors are more rich, obviously. And as I added water, and you may have seen as they were talking, I added a fairly good amount of water just to see what happens as you really water it down. And it seemed to get hotter. The alcohol
No
kind of
kidding.
pulled up a little more because I think it diluted out kind of the oily richness that you get kind of when it's neat. So I'm going to give this a 2.5 as well. This is a great value Scotch. I would never be ashamed to serve this to anybody. It's not some fancy exotic Scotch, but it is a great everyday Scotch that I don't think anybody that is used to drinking neat whiskeys or bourbons or things, they will like this.
Yeah.
So
I agree with
it's
that.
well to be proud of. 2.5 for me, and maybe it could go higher because of the value, but I'm going to go 2.5.
There you go.
Sounds like a plan.
Yep.
Like it.
All right, guess man.
All right. So I'm walking around a liquor store one day,
Tell
Right.
us a story.
That's story time.
and
Where's the music?
it had been a while since I brought a bottle, right, to the tasting event, and I thought I need to bring a bottle,
All right.
and I got
giver.
attracted. I got attracted to the Monkeys, right?
It's a
So,
marketing ploy here, kids.
I mean, this was a spur of the moment. Pull the trigger, buy the bottle, bring it home, right? Get it home, put it on the counter. I'm like, I most likely just bought the cheapest bottle of scotch that I've ever bought, and now these guys are not going to take me serious. I had
you
better
are.
try it, so I popped it open, tried a little pour, and I'm like, that's actually really good.
good for you,
Right.
man.
There you
Good
go.
for you.
So brought it tonight. This is probably one of the first bottles that I have had where poured neat, drank, and wanted another glass of neat before I tried water.
Huh.
Very cool.
Right?
There you go.
So
Yeah.
I mean, the spiciness that stays, the burn is completely controllable. I mean, it's really delicious for me. I mean, this is probably one of my
That's
most
crazy.
favorite
Good for
bottles
you.
that I have tried yet. I don't want to go too high because I don't want to skew the numbers. You guys went 2.5. This is probably one of the easiest drinking scotches that I've had, so I got to go 3.
All right.
So
fair
what,
enough.
what is your standard drink?
What do you? Yeah, if right now
If you
go
don't
home,
normally do scotch. What is your normal? Like you do bourbons, vodkas, tequilas.
Tequila,
What's your
yeah.
normal kind of drink?
Probably bourbon,
Bourbon. Okay.
honestly.
Okay.
So that just as a perspective for those
If
out there.
not, some kind of different beer.
I was gonna say,
I like that.
beer's
Yeah,
fair too.
yeah.
What do you?
a huge fan of. I had a buddy up in Chicago bring down a bunch of Bourbon County.
Right.
Goose Island, or I think it was Goose Island. It's Goose Island, right?
Goose Island's out of Chicago.
Yeah.
They do a good job.
But some Bourbon County beers that I've been drinking here
Okay.
lately. But
Okay.
this is, I looked forward to bringing this over tonight because I remembered how
Making
good
a
it
scotch
tastes.
drinker
Let me
out of
say
it now.
this. Come up next. I'm so
you're
glad
next.
that you did.
All right,
Because
good, good.
I really like this scotch a lot. These guys pretty much said everything I was going to say. It is a very nice, easy, smooth, zesty, orangey, not too hot, really easy in the palate, tasteful but not complex, but it's got some good quality
Yeah.
to it. If you average what a good scotch is and go for price, this has everything. And here's the thing too, it's a blend of good quality scotches that we all love. and
Right.
adore.
Yeah,
So
it's
that,
not,
that
it's not
helps a lot too.
junk to fill the
Right,
bottle.
and you know what's coming in there, right? So this is easily a 2.5 in my books as well. Good quality scotch. If you don't have it, go buy it.
Gotta get
Because
it.
you can afford it.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
You'll buy
So-
more than one.
2 5s and a 3 thrown
Yeah.
in for good measure.
All
There you
right.
go, the monkey shoulder.
Hey, thanks for
1.56.
watching, everybody.
Please subscribe.
Mr. Man. All right.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thanks for bringing it, buddy.
Thanks for bringing
Yes, sir.
this one.
Absolutely.